Hello, 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 hello. We are getting right back to where we left off. We have all of this wonderful stuff to work with that we've been creating. This beautiful single signature pamphlet style journal. And I still consider it very much a junk journal because, I'll tell you why. Let me put this right. Let me get this right. We have music pages. We have the front of a magazine. We have book pages, decoupaged pages, tags, repurposed papers out of a book. That's just a really fun book about stamps and collecting them and things. So, hi Kim. So yeah, welcome to Making Memories with Melody, getting back to the basics. This is what we've been working on this whole time, and it's getting pretty close to where we're getting down to the final decisions. So I'm going to get all of this out, have it here where I can reach it. I made these today with an embosser and thought because this had a white core, when you push up through the white core colored paper, which I don't really like to buy white core colored paper anymore. I used to buy it for card making, but I won't buy it anymore. And this is part of the reason if you try to do anything to it, you're going to get this contrast. But I figured why not use it to my advantage, right? So although I wouldn't have deliberately bought this or used it in my junk journal when I wanted to emboss, it worked really well for this particular design. This one, it ends up just looking a little messy because you can't really tell was it meant to be, and then you can really tell it wasn't meant to be. But I think I can go over that with some silver and maybe make it work, but that'll get put aside for now. So I want to make some pockets and tuck spots and things for this so that we have places for the person who ends up with it to put their goodies. You know, maybe they're making things, or maybe they just like it the way it is. But this is what I wanted to add. I got a hold of some of these at a garage sale, and I want to incorporate this inside of there, so I'm trying to think exactly how I want to do it. So this has two sides. I don't need both, although only mainly because I don't want to cover up the whole inside. Does that make sense? So what would be an option if I wanted to use that? I kind of feel like I need to cut it. I kind of feel like I need to do this. So I don't know that this is a getting back to the basics technique, but sometimes when you find things and you go, I wonder, hi Judy, wonder what I could do with that. Well, this is one of those times that we're going to figure out what we could do with that. So I'm going to cut off, I don't know how many inches, just as many as I can figure out to do. Try to get through both of them. So that's actually a nifty little thing. I'm going to keep that. I know what I could do with that. So now I have it to where I don't want to use this one. I'm going to use this one. If I get this much off of this side, all right, so let's measure. I need a smaller ruler. I really do. I need just one of those little sewing ones. I have some, but they're over with my sewing area. So there is about 1.5 inches off to the side of this. So I need to cut 1.5 inches off of here. So if I go 7 1/4 to 6 1/4, and then another quarter to 6. Now, 1 inch is 6 to 7, and then a quarter. So I need to take another quarter off. And then we'll see if we can get this where I want it. Okay, so now this is what I was thinking. Is I would attach this in a decorative way to inside of here, and then we could do what they do with these, right? Right. And I do think this is off just a little bit. So that one's 1.5 inches. And that one's 1.25 inches. So let's see. Leave it to me to get it just enough off to where you notice. Couldn't do it just enough for you're not sure. Okay, so now let's do a few things to this. All right? Let's see if we can get these corners rounded up here. And I am wondering, oh, usually I say a particular saying there, but I'm going to refrain and try to stay on task. I was thinking about what we could do with this, right? So just to get it to flow well with the rest of it, we could cover it, but there's just not a lot of bits and pieces left to my paper anymore. I have really tried to utilize it. And this goes in there, the parts that I have gotten ready to go in there. So, and these are going to be cut out and put in there. So basically that leaves me with this. And what do you guys think? First of all, let's make sure that I get this cut off, because I don't need to waste anything more than what I've got going here. How is everybody out in YouTube land today? It's YouTube Tuesday in my life. I stole that. I didn't invent it, just in case anyone's gone, I wonder if she knows that other people do YouTube Tuesday too. I definitely stole it, but it had such a nice flow. I mean, you have to admit, right? It was just like YouTube Tuesday. Okay, so what I think I'm going to have to do, this color looks so nice with some of that, doesn't it? What if I came down beneath here? Because I'll show you why. What I wanted to do was this. Let's see, check the comments. Hi Bailey, how are you, sweetie? So this is what I wanted to do. But do I want to do it that way? I wanted to do it. No, I guess I need to do it this way, and I'll tell you why. Because there will be paper over this. So let's do it this way, and that way maybe the lace will still show, and we'll make sure that the paper comes out a little bit smaller, and we'll get to still see some of this Beautymus lacy. This is the embroidery cutter from EK. My friend had it. I watched her use it, and you know, I had to go get it, right? I wonder if I could put that through there. I wonder if I finished cutting it, if I could put it through there. That way I could at least have it a little bit wider than, almost looks better with the darker color, doesn't it? But what can I do with that? I can darken it. Definitely. I could darken it with purple. And I thought I had a little, I do, it's right here. Hey guys, there's the first success story for the day. I found something I was looking for within reason. Oh, you know what? Let's do a twofer with this. And while we're doing that, let's lay this down right here. Get double our money for our ink, right? Right. So because this is cardstock, it will uphold for this really well. Okay, so there's that. So now we've got that. Now let's fix this to where it looks a little bit nicer. I'm just trying to smear it around a bit when it comes up to here. Now see, that's actually upside down because we were, that's right, now I remember. Now I remember. I had to catch up with myself. That looks better. Do you see how much more contrast that has? Hi, Haley. Hi, Haley, Bailey's cousin. How are you? You guys having fun watching YouTube today? There's always something cool on YouTube as long as you stay in the safe areas, girls, okay? Stay in the safe areas. So I'm wondering... wonder if I should just go ahead and cut it there. I kind of just wanted to keep as much of it as I could. It's just such a pretty paper and everything, but I think I'm going to have to go ahead and cut it and just bite the bullet. So this is going to be the tough part. It looks like it's 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to wing it. I'm going to wing it. And not cut off my finger. Okay, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay, there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Where to go? Here we go. Okay. So now this will just set up alongside of here, alongside of there. I like that. We've got this over here. I will find some paper that I can layer up on top of there so that it's like a notebook. But that's going to have to come in the future because I didn't plan that far ahead for this particular project. But I have other projects in mind, so we will. Judy is Haley, but I'm on my mom's account. Oh my goodness, how funny. Because I see a youngster's crafting journey. Looks like you have a lot of videos to catch up on. Yes, Tina. That's what you get for going on vacation and having a good time. I've seen the pictures. I'm jealous. Alrighty, let's get this. We'll just dab bits of glue here and there. It doesn't need a ton. It's not going anywhere. But put this over here. Tuck that right up there as close as I can to that little area. There we go. Okay, so now the cool thing is I do have some of this stuff that I could layer up down here. I don't know how much of it I want to sit here and try to fussy cut right this second, but there's some really sweet sentiments, tickets and things. So we'll look at that in a minute. This is going to be where we're going to put some paper that fits right here, and it will fold up and it will give our journaler a spot to, and they could replace the paper once they used it all if they wanted. So that's kind of cool. Let me get all these edges a little bit distressed. Just like that. Oh, pretty, 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 pretty. Pretty, pretty princess. Okay, I want to do this really quick. That was a nice way to utilize the fact of making this and tinting it and distressing it and then using it to create this on this side. Something definitely to think about. So this is going to go inside of here like this, and we'll still get to see just a little bit of our background. So it'll be okay. And I'm thinking about just attaching it with brads up here so that it flips too. And then I could create a pocket back there. So I don't want to, you know, stick myself in a corner where there's, you know, you want to use every possibility you can. So now the fun thing about that would be if we made the holes, because I haven't decided the cover or how I'm designing it. So this is a perfect time for me to decide to do something now. And I do not have purple. I think I've just said that not too long ago. For some reason I hear myself saying that. But I do want to use silver in this particular kit. So I'm going to go ahead and work with the silver. So there's two. That one's a long shaft. This one's a short shaft. I'm going to go for the shorter one. And there's a long one. And there's a short one. Okay, so it's not always a big deal. And it might not even would have been a big deal this time. But I'm just going to decide that because I know that I would rather have a tighter fit than a loose one. So I'm going to tape this down just so that it stays where I want it to with some washi. Something I'm not in love with and using constantly, so that I don't waste tape. But okay, so now where's my fold? You see my fold right there? That's what I want to try to get this evenly, unless I needed it to be all the way to one way, and then that would be okay too. But I don't, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to decide where it would be best. I think I'm going to go here and here. So I'm going to do the big one. Actually, you know what? Because I'm giving this away. A lot of times when I'm doing my own thing, I don't measure, because that's the way I roll. Why do I only have 3 feet rulers at this small area desk? I don't get it. I'm a bit of what my husband would call a bonehead. I need to get some shorter, like 6 inch. So that is 6 inches. So then, well, it's a little, yeah, I gotta do like that. And then it's 6 inches. So now, if I'm up above here, and I'm calculating 6 inches, I think, how did I do that? Oh, I know how I did it. Never mind. Never mind. I didn't actually turn my brain on before I came into work today, girls, so I guess I'm just going to do 1 inch. Just going to do 1 inch and then see how that looks. I hope it looks okay. What's the worst that could happen, right? I haven't a video for a little bit because I've been busy and just got back from vacation and should make it out of... Well, you'll get to it. You'll get to it, Bailey. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much. This is the Getting Back to the Basics series. And the cool part about this is you can take these techniques. This isn't about creating a style or a theme. This is about learning techniques and then using them in whatever you're working with, right? That's what I want to come out of this. So actually, I didn't want to do that. I want to do this because I want these on the front because I'm thinking about hanging something off of them. So that's why I was doing this way. Okay, so that's one, and I think that's just about perfect. Any thicker and it wouldn't have, it would have busted, and it wouldn't have been a problem busting, but it just would have looked a little ragged and had a sharp edge. They just, you'll have to practice with them and to know which ones work for the best for which. But see, that way that doesn't look bad. Although I'm thinking about stringing ribbon through there. I haven't got to that point yet, obviously. But I did buy this manila file folder with this metal thing at the garage sale. The paper pack is from Heartfelt Creations, but I'm adding a lot of different things from at home or garage sales or whatever, and I encourage that a lot. So here we go. And this thing is getting pretty chunky, honestly. This is probably getting to where I need to slow down on filling it and think about just getting the outside ready, because otherwise the person who ends up with it isn't going to have any room to do what they want to do, and I want them to. So, but I do want to put some pockets, and I had found this beautiful gray, and you're going to go, gray, Melody, your thing is green and purple, right? But check this out. This pot right here, this watering can, it's gray. This color right here, the ground or clouds or whatever it is that's supposed to be this is gray. And when I was looking through, I could have grabbed another purple page, but truly, things need to have contrast. This is a gray right here, a grayish black. And so I felt like gray would be, and I had that paper to work with, I felt like gray would be an awesome color to bring in. So I think I'm going to make a tuck spot here. And an easy corner one to do, I'll show you. Let's mark this, I don't know, about up here and about here. And then I'll get my cutter out. Again, I'm just winging it, ladies. Just winging it. Okay, so, but what I'm worried about is by the time I do my lace, because I was going to cut the lace, so I'm going to go up a little bit, and I'll show you why. Okay. Now I'm going to do another one out of this so that I have it. Because, you know, usually one corner tuck isn't going to be enough. Okay, this doesn't have to be exact, just in the realm. Just in the realm. Okay, so what my plan, and I don't know that I've done this, so I can't say that I know this will work, but thank you, Nicole, is I was going to do this, and that's why I went ahead and made it a little bit bigger, because this is going to take away, let's see, I don't know if this will work. I'm going to try it. Let's try it. I haven't tried to do this at an angle like this. Oh, I might have given it too much to do with this. I haven't been having good luck with punches lately. Some of it's the fact that I try to use thicker papers. Some of it's the fact that I'm not real. You know, I just bought this, so I can't let it be stuck, right? The only upside to these things is that you guys get to see. Oh, it didn't. No. Thought maybe for a second it might have accidentally got locked, but it didn't. Yeah, I just bought this, and normally I hit them with the scissors like this, and they pop back like that. So that's what I normally do. And then there we go. So let's see if that would even work before I go and try to stress about this anymore. Let's see. I don't know. It might. Well, I don't think it would be horrible. Let's see if I can do this without. I don't know. Please watch my fingers. I will, sweetie. You want to know something funny? Tina, your thing got flagged. I had to okay it because they weren't sure if it was not appropriate. Isn't that funny? Here you are trying to tell me not to. There we go. Okay, now it's not even and it's not perfect, but you know what? I'm going to be happy with it. One, because you've seen what I went through to get it. And two, I don't think it stands out that bad. And I think that it added to the, I can do something with that, right? You see where my possibilities are? Wax paper with it. Okay. I've just been having bad luck, Kim. I threw one across the room yesterday. Now, let me see. Do I want this? This is definitely the back side. Okay, so let me glue this on really quick just so that I have it and it's done and I know what I'm doing and I got it done. And so I would plan to do that a little differently the next time. Like cut at a certain, you know, evenly so that I don't end up with one side a little off than the other. But sometimes it's okay that things don't exactly line up or exactly end up perfect. Right? Okay. That is awfully pretty. So I like it because it has the juxtaposition between the squares and the lace. And then that is a tuck spot, which something can go here, something can go inside. Now let's do this other one. Or I don't know. What do you guys think? How would, let me see. So how would I calculate where that lands? Maybe just do one in the center. Throwing your share of them too. I know, huh? So let's see, if I put this one here, where would be my mark of double? Right there. So if I did that, oh guys, I'm just going to wing it again because I don't like to get it complicated. It's just not my thing. I would just rather deal with something that's not perfect. So that's just the way that I I do things. It's supposed to be fun, not stressful, is the way I look at it. And so, although I do believe technique needs to be important, not everything being straight and perfect makes it the right technique. That just is one technique. Okay, so we've got that going. We've got this. This is curved, so we can't really put it there. Thinking maybe on the other side of this paper might be pretty. I don't know though. It doesn't look like it. It might. I would have to cut it off a little bit. It's a little bit wider page. Did I do something that made this one bigger? Did I cut it? Oh, that's what it is. I see. I figured it out. So if I turn it this way, it'll work. Okay, that'll work. I like that one. I like that one. Is my glue vomiting over in the corner like a drunken college student? I got to keep everything PG now because I've got underage watchers. I always have tried to keep it PG, ladies. Just don't think that I don't keep that in mind. But now I have to really. Okay, there we go. So there's just another way of adding something, and I really liked the texture of this paper. It has, I don't know what they did to it, but it's like a cotton fibrous paper and then textured. And now I'm almost wondering what I could do with it if I was to fix those. Like, could I fold it into something? I don't know. I don't know. You never know, do you? You never know. Kind of like the way that does that, but it's kind of weird too. What if I folded it up and then I used it? What if I did some sort of origami with it, huh? Let's see. Okay, so where's my... Make sure my fold is straight. If I'm going to even bother doing this, that would be important, right? Okay, so there's a straight fold. Then let's say I fold this way, and I'm doing it to that point. Okay, so then let's say I go ahead and cut this off. Okay, so now, look at there. Now I distress these edges. Let's do this one. And let's, I don't want to do the pink because the pink will just, or the purple will just look powdery on here. And I just wanted some accent just to deepen it, just, you know, give it that vignette framed depth that we want. I don't even know if this will look good in here, but we have a scrap and we must do something with it. It is part of the code, ladies. Even if it doesn't work in your project, experiment, see what you can do. This might be the next new hit. This might be the next pocket letter. You don't know until you try to do something with it. Especially scraps, because let me tell you, ladies, we love to work and find new ways to use our scraps. That is a big hit amongst us crafty ladies. Just like quilting, I used to watch videos and read articles about using my scraps for fabric. So it's the same thing with paper. So I'm just going around the whole front and back of this because both sides will be seen. Oh, you're making the scraps, using scraps for your nephew's journal. That's awesome, Tina. You've got awesome scraps, though. So, me, I went through all my scraps from when I was making cards, and I was kind of disappointed. I mean, there was some that was kind of cool. But I'm like, compared to the papers I work with now. Now, what I'm going to do is I like to do the lines to give it that folded look, right? So I'm going to do all of these, a little bit on each side of the line. Okay, so now let's look at this. Let's evaluate what we could do with this. Let me take a drink of water or I'm going to start coughing. Alrighty. Okay, looks kind of grungy to me. Maybe I should have done it for something else, but I think if I layer up with some of my pretty papers here that I have, that would just fall back to the background, right? So that's the thing to do, is just grab some of these pretty papers. This one, tags, journaling cards, some of our leftovers. What's this one got for us? This one's kind of nice. That one's kind of nice. I like that one on this gray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this glue. Problem is if I do that, I'm going to completely cover it and I'll lose my, I'll still have my shape. Well, it's dyed. It's distressed on the inside too. So I'll get to see the inside portion of it. This is my Hellmark glue, quick dry. It's going to hold this really easily and do a good job. And that's why I like it so much. Okay, so I'm just going to line that up with the edge. And then press it down. Okay. Now I can cut this like this. I know I'm not the best cutter. I just figure I'm doing good if I don't cut the background. You see what I'm saying? I don't mar that up. So let me get that white off that edge though. I don't want to see that. Okay, so and then we can do a little bit of that. That is a pretty layer right there with that, just that little hint of butterfly. Now let's see what we would want to do if we think that's okay. Now that is okay, but what if we either layered something here or we layered something here? I don't know. Now I'm getting too complicated. I don't need to get that far. Mainly the thing is that I could put a little item here or a tab, right? Let's say we found something that's stuck. And then I like to make tabs a lot. You'll see me do this out of scraps. It's just one of the cool ways to take something that got left over from your project and either incorporate it back into your project or into a different project. But so then I just take it, fold it in half, and then I use my trusty dusty mini stapler that I love to death. And staple right there. So let's see. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Joe Ray. You like the gray and purple. I think that because they used it silver embossing along the edges, that would look great. You know what? I have, let me reach up for it. Maybe. Yeah, I see it. I was going to use it on the, because see, I still have one other item before I run out of time. I had the, remember I brought the little purple flowers to the table here to work with these. But let's do this really quick and just emboss, and then maybe that'll look a little bit more like metal and not such a flat gray. There we go. Okay, let's do it this way. Just get some little bit of a metallic feel. I like that. Good idea. Thank you, Tina. So just enough to say, hey, look at me. I'm not a flat gray. I might be metal underneath here or something. Or the metal's rubbed off either way. Okay, come on. There we go. Good enough on my finger where I can do it more than one swipe, huh? This paper is very fibrous. Very fibrous. There we go. This paper is really perfect for this type of... Okay, so there's that. Now, let's see if I can just do the edges in here, because I'm going to be covering it up anyways. At least a little bit with a few of the items for the kit, so that it all... I mean, I'd love to leave some journaling spot, but let's see, get a little bit on there. Okay. Alrighty, well that was a scrap, and look what we made out of that. That's what that needs. There we go, and see, that looks nice. I don't know if you noticed there, but this is going this way and that's going that way, so that created a contrast. That created a really nice contrast. Okay, so this was going to go inside. So I don't know. I'm going to leave this for today and work on something else, because I could just put enough on there to create somewhere to do your journaling on. Or we can make it even something more. I think there's a pocket right here. There we go. If I don't get to that, they can always, all the accessories, yeah, that gray really is just a wonderful contrast. Look, the gray's in here, and then back and deep in there, you can see a little bit of gray. So now, if I was to create, there's a pocket here too. So this could do lots of different things. That's what I got to decide. That's always the difficult part, is making the decisions. We've got a pocket of tags there. This is a... Nope, that's just glued. Let's see. This could be... Now, what I've done too... Okay, I gotta get this silver off me. And then let's look underneath here, because we have these that would look nice. This one in particular is a really pretty one. This one. And let's see. I don't know why, ladies, and I feel bad, but I do not love those umbrellas. So I was going to cover them whenever I found them. So for this particular one, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue straight across here. And then use my trusty stapler. To give it reinforcement, and then I'm going to leave that as a tuck spot. And then see, not this particular one, but this, something like that could go in there. Actually, if we rounded these corners, if it's possible, this paper may have been broke down too much. Hi, Tracy Bonds. How are you, girl? So see there. And then, let's say that we took this and made a tag out of it. I'm making it 2.5 inches wide. And grabbing this, cutting the top. And then I like to do this to the bottoms. This is the small one of these. They come in medium and large, and I think extra small. This one's been real handy to just round the little things that I just don't want pointy. I don't need them to be extremely round, just enough. So now, that almost would look good back there, wouldn't it? I think that would. And then I could create that to be a tag that could be written on. So I'm going to go around here really quick. I didn't even have that planned. That's just caught my eye, though, that it would look a little more finished if I layered up. They were punched with both the same tag, so same tag punch. There we go. There we go. So then I could put this in here. It's a lot of color in there, but you know, it's a colorful thing. Sometimes, let's see, this is a window. Sometimes I like to do something else. I'll show you. I will take something like this, and because it's small, I can add to it. Let's see, how do I do this? How do I do this? It's not really the paper I was thinking. Oh, I wish I had the rest of this one, but I had already cut it up. You know what I could do though? I could maybe do it on here. Oh, you know what I was wondering is I was going to see if I could, oh, Tracy, the purple, isn't it gorgeous? Wondering if I could cover up this white with the silver, and then it wouldn't look so much like it was distressed in a bad way. It would look a little more highlighted. So I think that might be the way to do this. So there's another technique that's pretty easy. This, oh, and let me show you really quick the mousse that I'm using. This is the Nouveau water-based embellishments mousse, and this is in silver. And let's cut this off right here. Let's round these corners. You know what sounds fun to me? I don't think I have my 3-inch circle maker, but I do have my 2.5-inch from ATC Coins. Make this a tab on the top. Which one do I like better? I like the purple better. So these are just little ways to use the products that you have. You know, use your, again, I guess this could be our scrappy day one. But a lot of times using what you have will get you so many more details than if you go buy a bunch of embellishments or layers, you know, all the accessories and stuff. So it depends. I like to do both. You know, if I have the stuff that I bought and I want to use that, that's great. If I want to work with what I have here and make things go a little further, then that's what I do too. But this is a tab for the top of this. But let's layer up something on the back so that it can be written on if they want to. So this one right here. And I was excited about this one. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love those colors. So this would be a good. So then this would be a journaling tag. And I'll go right about there. And this is blue, otherwise I would add that. I don't know how bad that would look though. I don't know if it would look bad at all. I'm going to do it. This is here from leftovers from packing up bundles, or the journal kit, and it sure is awfully pretty. No sense letting it just sit here, right? Now I'm just going to very lightly take and squeeze this and pull across so that it just grabs a little bit. It's not any glop in any one spot, really. And I'm going to go right across the top there. And then I'm going to bring this back down. Or that's going to be the bottom, actually. And this is going to be upside down. So that's okay too. Okay, so I'm going to glue this right like half moon and a half moon. Just like that. I should have bent that better. But then I'm going to staple it to get my stable, secure base. Thank you, Joe Ray. Thank you so much. Okay, so there's that, and then this would be the front, and then this, there's those, remember we have these little bits and pieces here that didn't get cut out, that one of those, with love, love you, special wishes, I don't know, none of that really hits me, but I could put it, I can put anything on there. I could put another piece of lace right there, a button, I mean, there's just, like, I have these dishes of just tiny little things that occasionally will match something. Like, look at this tiny little button right here. This is cute. This little shell button, or pearl, freshwater pearl, I don't know. But I'm going to do this and put that right there. And there we go. So that would be the front, this would be the back, or vice versa, it doesn't matter. But so now what have we made? We've got this tuck spot here, which is a really simple one, nothing to it at all. Which does, you know, you can add to it, you could do whatever you want with that one. Then we get into here, and these are more decorative. This one is interactive, even all the way down to here. And a little bit of glue came up from there. This one is an interactive one, like this. So what I would do is put a tab there so it would be obvious that it's a pull, and then there's some washi tape on that purple page that was left plain. Magazine, book page, decoupage, pocket, more pockets here. The stenciling and layering on that book page there. This is the center, which I really like. There's the center. And then there's that, another pocket, book page, decoupage page. Yeah, I forgot about that. I have to figure something out about that. A little bit of glue got through. That's where we stenciled and cut the edge. This is another interactive one. I'll put this one in there so that it's got something. Unless it gets too hard, and then I'll do this and then move on. This was a tuck spot. This one is interactive, and we just did that today, which almost looks like leather. That just looks really cool. Maybe, you know what I'm wondering? I don't know how that got there. You know what I just thought of? Might be cool. And then we have this, which some pages will be going on. And then I'm probably going to be almost done. We'll sew it together and put it aside for the 300 subby pull. But what I just realized is how cool would it look if we did the same treatment to this so that it matched instead of just being flat gray. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go. Just get a little bit of silver on there. Turns it to almost like a metal look, huh? There. And then there was one more. And I won't be able to find it. You know how that is. How many times is, if I wasn't looking for it, I'd find it in a heartbeat. Okay, 1, 2. Dun, 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 dun. There it is. There it is. It was hiding from me. So get this on here. Did everyone get to see the YouTube hop videos? It was fun. It was nature themed. And everybody went out of their box even just a little bit and did all kinds of fun stuff. It was awesome to be a part of it. There we go. Okay, so now I feel better about that. Put that there. So I'm going to put all this back together. The next time we get together for this, we will finish up just a little bit of details and then get it ready for the 300 subby drawing. This will be the prize. And I think it'll be kind of cool because the person who wins it can go back and watch the videos to see how things were done, or you know, just see the process of it, and just have a good time trying to get as much things together as we can without going so far that we lose our flow. But I do think it's really cool to push it, you know, don't be too matchy basically is what my my concern always is, that if we stay too matchy then we're missing out on opportunities. So and there's that one. And that's everything. I'm going to put all this back together in that bag so that I can find it, all the bits that I need when I need them. If I leave anything on this desk, I rarely find it again. Rarely. Okay, I'm going to put these in there just in case I end up needing them, but I probably won't. So ladies, I want to thank everybody for joining me. This was awesome. A really good round of creativity on the spot, just off the cuff, you know, no plans, just see where things takes us, see where the product takes us, and the items we have available to us. And yes, messy crafter. Definitely. Oh my goodness, if you had any idea, you'd be not wanting to be my friend if you knew just how messy I was sometimes. Oh my goodness. So I just appreciate everybody hanging out with me while I do this. It is so much fun, and I'm looking forward to the next project because I do have some ideas for what I'm going to do next, and we'll get going on that. But I will say goodbye, and thank you so much. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.